Hello, how's it going today?
Good, I'm Andy.
Oh, I'm Jesse.
Hey Jesse. You're one of the members, right?
Yep,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. So you're the new guy.
I'm the new guy.
Aha. Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you. How long have you been on?
Just over a year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I've lived in Forest Lake all my life, so
Okay.
kind of fun.
We moved here in 2021.
Okay.
So we had to take in my mom and her home didn't work and our home didn't work. So this just happened to be, we didn't plan to move here, but this is where the house was, so.
That's our house. We've got, at one point we had 19 people living there, so. My son rents the basement, my parents rent some of the upstairs.
Yeah.
But always exciting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Never quiet like that.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have people around too.
Sure.
Let there be light.
Show me how to use it.
Nice.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you.
I think what they'll have you do, because Martin is a recent new one, is they'll have you sit in the audience and
so I
take a
figured.
swear in. And then you'll come up and join the merry band of misfits.
Now, did you get cake this time to celebrate?
No,
That, that would be a nice touch.
Maybe next week.
Or pizza,
it would be a nice touch.
My wife was almost done making dinner tonight when I was leaving. It's like, oh, I've missed dinner again.
I timed my drive from work to get the Jersey Mike's before, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, moving it to 6. I don't mind moving it to 6, but I never eat this early. It could have been a late lunch or an early dinner.
Yeah.
Have any questions for me today?
I mean, I don't really think so. I tried to catch up as much as I could on the whole discussion on the motions tonight, so. Don't know if any more discussion's gonna come, but that's all I'm saying. We'll see what happens there. But
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Susan's an opinion.
New guy?
Yes.
All right,
Martin?
all right.
Andy,
Andy, Martin.
nice to meet you.
So you're no longer the newbie.
I know.
I know, I was the newbie for almost a year.
That encouraged me to apply, so.
Huh?
I saw when you were getting sworn in, they posted something to Facebook, and I saw that.
Oh.
Why not?
Just remember, because I've forgotten, I've only been to a couple meetings and I've forgotten, is that we're on TV.
Yeah.
So,
I was on the park board before I joined,
oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah, don't pick your nose.
Right.
Well,
Well, not too excessive.
Pardon me?
Not to excess, you know.
That's right. Yeah. So you're familiar with commissions, so it should be pretty easy. I run a little more casual. I
Sure.
run, it's not commission like.
Sure.
My theory is that these people come and see us once in their life. Even the developers, we don't see them more than a couple times.
Sure. Are the mics always on, or is there one?
No, they're always on.
Okay. And it's okay to push it away, so it doesn't hear you breathing?
Yeah, they do a pretty good,
Okay.
the lady sits in there, and
Okay.
they get it all set up for you. Yeah, it doesn't typically pick it up. Start hacking a mic, Tonight should be an easy night.
Okay.
We got, move on. It's about an hour. So, and Jesse, when did we have the meeting with the lawyer? With the do's and don'ts?
They sent me the PowerPoint of that.
oh yeah, that was that June? Or was it before that?
And, I thought June too, but I don't think so, because that was only 2 months ago.
They did send me the PowerPoint of all that, so.
Oh, okay.
that, so.
It's no biggie. I think the big takeaways for us on the planning commission, don't use your personal email, use the one that the city gives you. Don't give a lot of opinions out tell him here's who you talk to. That's about the gist. Hey, Tim, how are you?
Hi, I'm the new guy, Andy.
Send
I was
them all to
assuming.
Abby.
Hi, Andy, I'm Tim.
Send them all to Abby.
Gonna be sitting right next to you.
Perfect.
But now we got 7.
I finally figured out how to get rid of the,
Full house?
door-to-door salesman.
We'll see if everybody shows up. That's the plan.
That's
I
great.
have to answer the door. I answer the door and then I tell them, I'll tell you what, I get the first half hour to talk to you,
Over a year.
then you
About
get
a year
a half hour
now,
to
yeah.
talk to me.
Uh-huh.
And I pull out my Bible and start in John. Start reading.
Months ago.
They never made it past
John's
the
probably
third
gone
verse.
4 or 5. Quite a few years on and
Not a lot, I think they've come to my
on.
house.
Soon
about
leaving
twice.
now.
Well, I think the world
Hey there.
should
What?
say,
Hey, Don,
wow,
Andy?
I'm Andy.
this-
Don Steeler. Nice to meet you.
I just remember back about 40 years, 50 years ago. it was
My theory is, I'm tired of all these old politicians.
back then.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I'm turning 70 next year, so I go, wait.
You got a couple more years?
Oh, yeah?
We hit you on all the time. We need the young people.
This weekend for the pancake breakfast?
Yeah.
I might be.
I
I
don't
don't
feel
know.
so young myself, though.
I might be.
Trying to debate whether Kai Chi Saga or,
27-year-old son. And he was up.
I might be playing tennis,
St.
but,
Pauli the week
Oh.
before.
um,
And they
that
told
goes,
me
the
about 20.
breakfast and things goes on for a while, so
They're out there all day.
I might be back by then.
And he goes, yeah, I got up Monday. I'm not feeling so young.
so do, they said that flying, so
Yeah.
Doesn't get better.
other people that bring in nice planes and stuff, or?
But, well, it
I suppose-
depends what you consider nice, but
Well,
yeah, people
everyone
fly
that
in
flies
from,
is nice, I think.
from, yeah, elsewhere, all kinds of people will fly in from elsewhere, yeah.
No matter what they're flying, it's nicer than
Yeah.
what I got.
Yeah, so yeah, there will be,
Do we have a
Two
meeting
rubber
at the end
band
of the month?
planes.
what's the weather's kinda
No,
iffy
I
though.
thought I saw that was
Isn't it
canceled.
was it Sunday? It's Sunday, right? The
So
fly-in,
those
or is it
notices will
Saturday?
go to your personal, right?
The 16th,
they go to
so that would be Saturday.
Yeah, that's my tennis
Like
day,
personal
Saturday.
and then-
So, but either way, I think
went
the
to my
weather was
personal
kinda iffy on the weekends for a possible
Have you
storm.
been issued
Okay.
your city one?
So that'll
Limit the
play a
flying.
role as to how far away
That's
people
what I'm
will
worried about,
fly in
yes.
from.
You don't get a lot of
Are we
planes
gonna
there then,
bid
or?
Dawn and-
They have in the past.
So we have to
If it's a day like today, it would be, I mean, we'd be parking on the grass out there, parking planes all over the grass just to find space. But the weather this summer has been so bad, you know, you get those hot afternoons with the convection and all the clouds. It's terrible to fly in, it's real bumpy. But in the breakfast is morning, so it's usually better time,
Is
so.
that where they have an exhibition at the airport?
Well, not really an exhibition, it's just the EAA chapter, Experimental Aircraft Association. They, as a fundraiser, they do a fly-in breakfast. And a lot of chapters do it at all these municipal airports around. Lake Elmo did theirs last weekend. So they'll, you know, make pancakes and bacon and whatever for $10 a plate or whatever, but people will fly, you know, it's a fun thing to do on your plane, if you got a plane, to go fly somewhere and park and go have breakfast and fly back, you know? It's always kind of a neat, like, there's, you heard of Voyagers Resort in Wisconsin? Okay, they got a little airport there, a little runway. It's really fun, you know, from here to there, it doesn't even take you 30 minutes to fly there. You can fly there, land on the little runway, park, and walk to the restaurant that's at the end of the runway, have dinner, you know,
Usually,
and then fly back.
It's the last one, so I gotta scroll through a lot of stuff to
So you get a lot of pilots that
Yeah.
like to do, it's just a fun, it's more fun than just going up and flying around in circles. And, you know, it gives you a purpose, you know, a destination, and, yeah, so.
So like that plane that you're working on,
We're
how far can you
surviving.
fly with
That's
that?
the best I
Oh,
can
it will have a range of,
Welcome, my friend.
full tanks,
Congratulations,
over
Brian. Good to
800
see ya.
miles.
Oh, really?
Any
Yeah.
questions
Yeah,
at all?
I'll be able to, but I'll have to stop and pee
Otherwise, he's
before
the
then.
right man, so you're winning.
So that will be what determines my range.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's a lot more fun going on.
Wow,
on that
yeah.
side.
yes.
We're gonna shake it up, shake it up.
Can't be better. They've been grinding asphalt all day. It's
What are we doing?
Yeah,
What are
pretty
you
tough.
there?
What?
Too bad, actually.
That's actually still
Are you on there?
YouTube.
You're moving
He's down with
Susan closer to you over there.
I mean, it's just
I'm on.
Hi.
You can only move the people that aren't here,
Oh, okay.
because we came early. We
yeah.
came
You're safe
early.
tonight.
Yeah. You're gonna confuse all those people watching.
You're moving us?
They haven't done that yet?
Okay.
Well,
But yeah, you should stop out at the airport on Saturday morning if it's, well, even if it's not, whatever, they'll just go out there and just see what's going on.
Cause I live right next to this place, about
Oh.
a mile from the airport, the Y and the whole.
Yeah.
We're sitting on our deck and we're like.
Part of it's really sunk.
Yeah, depends on the day.
After about 20 minutes, we're like, I wonder if there's something going on at the airport, so we got. in our
Well, they put
car and drove
they
over
put 'em
there.
right over
All
by
the
you, so-
Classic planes parked there.
Oh, okay.
Boy Scouts were directing traffic.
Yeah, so they'll, yeah, they have the,
Oh, Susan.
I don't know, what group is
I
that?
did- I just
Scouts?
moved
Yeah,
them
I
just
think it-
tonight.
I don't know who to, but they've
I'll
got a
probably
group that's in
switch
charge
everybody
of
but you, Paul,
safety and
up
all that.
next week
and,
to kind
Switch
of,
'em
But there
around.
will be,
to
they
try
try
to
to
get
run it
some
at the
more
same
experienced,
time, what
less
they call,
experienced commissioners staggered, like
Young Eagles.
separating
and
Jesse
pilots
and
at the
Don and
airport
you maybe.
will, who have, you gotta pass whatever, cause you're dealing with little kids.
Right?
know.
You got it. We're
But you
good.
take kids up
Are
for a
we
little
though?
30-minute
Good
ride.
with it? I don't know if
And
we're
so
good
you,
with it.
they sign up and,
Oh,
I mean, they've done them where they've done like
You'll be out in the
200 Young
streets
Eagles
pretty soon.
flights on a weekend,
like
you
it-
know.
I
on a
just-
not
Saturday morning.
tonight, no.
So it's, you get, you know, it's completely free for the kids, you know, and they get to go up
So
and,
you're a pilot then,
I'm a
obviously.
pilot, yeah.
It just
Did you
amazes
see
me
that?
that some of the airplanes. you
We're
look
gonna
and you're like,
do our
yeah,
landscape
you're
ordinance
flying
and
this
then
up-
any discussion.
Up more than 10 feet.
Yeah, there's
I mean,
some that are
pretty
like that.
basic, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Oh.
there are some that are very big. I had two until about, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. I sold one of them,
Really?
because
Alright.
the new one, the one I've been building for
We're
6
gonna bring you
years,
down here.
was ready to go. And so I sold my other one, but my other one was just your very basic bare bones instrument.
So,
It's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
It's been highly,
Stretch since back when you interviewed you and stuff.
yeah, it's a really nice plane.
Yeah, yeah.
But, very just basic instruments, no high-tech screens like my new plane has. I mean, I've got
Good, good.
high-tech
What's the license
instruments
for
in
this?
that, so.
Yeah, so they're short
yeah.
little
For free time?
I didn't
Not
recognize
yet, I'm expecting to in probably mid-September. I've gotta do a transition training with a CFI who's, got a similar plane, so I'm gonna fly with this guy,
watch the thing.
last week of August here, 26th to 29th, we're scheduled, depending on the weather. And I've gotta do 6 hours with him and his plane, and then
alright,
I can
And
take up
I'm
mine.
just having some
I
tech
may go up
difficulty,
with
not
him
really,
and
but,
mine. I'm not sure how we're gonna do it yet, but it's, I've got
We
a
put the
couple little
oath
tweaks
office
to do
on
on,
the amended agenda
on,
too, because that was not on there.
getting some
Alright.
wiring secured in the engine department.
together here.
And once that's done, yeah, it's ready to go. So, we hope.
Have you heard from Susan?
parachutes if you want.
I'm sorry?
Have you
Okay.
heard from Susan?
No,
Well, she's still got a minute and a half.
I thought her car was out there. Yeah, I saw a big white, 4Runner.
I think that's,
That's my
Oh,
rate.
is that yours? Okay, okay.
it's not a Ford Runner,
It's not?
it's a big fancy ass Lexus.
You stop at this thing.
Oh.
Just like me, though, he bought it used.
No, he bought it new, but at least at first.
I get
Oh
more
my
crap for
gosh.
driving a Lexus.
But not living on the lake, it's the Lexus that they give you crap on. It's not the lake home?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, all this paperwork. Alright. Just, how's Don tonight?
Hey, good.
See, they're gonna do the road over by you next year.
Yeah.
Martin.
Abby,
How do you pronounce the last name again?
boy,
Hoyman.
Boyman.
Hoyman.
Yeah, you don't have to tilt your head forward to say it, but it helps. Boyman.
Hoyman. All right. Just one more second, Paul. We're just getting everything all lined up here.
Why, they're still working on 90?
See, this is
Yeah.
what happens when you.
Everything will shut down.
No, you
Well, I
can.
think there's,
If
We
you
just
live
have
in
to have
Forest
the
Lake, you won't be able to
conversations
leave.
in here.
eight's gonna be,
No, it's fine. It's great.
Oh, is
I'm
it?
glad you come.
Yeah.
Thank you for.
yeah.
Oh, I
The
told
only
her.
way,
Thanks for asking.
it'll be Broadway to North Shore.
I'll probably forget it by then, but you know. What?
That dirt
Hoy.
road has gotten a lot of
It's
traffic.
like,
out past Love's there.
You just gotta think of like the cat or dog puking or the hairball. Hoy. Hoy. Yeah? No. Okay, I think we're ready. We're totally been recording. We're live.
Okay. It's 6 PM. We'll call the meeting to order. Abby, can you take the roll, please?
Commissioner Hoyman.
Here.
Commissioner Wagner.
Here.
Commissioner Steeler.
Here.
Commissioner Stedner.
Here.
Chair Gerard.
Here.
I'll note for the record, Commissioner Young is absent.
All right. We will, next on our agenda is the oath of office for Andy, if you want to come up.
You'll want to be in front of the podium just for,
Close.
Pull turn this way, Andy face me. And then that way at least, then Andy can be seen on TV.
Now we're good?
You're great.
See the back of my head?
That's the best
That
part.
looks great. It's actually kind of profiled for both of you, so.
Raise your right hand, please. I, Andy, yep.
I, Andy Apokowski,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United States,
to support the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and to discharge faithfully
and to discharge faithfully
the duties of the Planning Commission for the City of Forest Lake, Minnesota,
the duties of the Planning Commission for the City of Forest Lake, Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Welcome to the Planning Commission.
Thank you.
Our latest, newest arrival.
Come on up.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. You're not retiring anytime soon.
Oh, we're asked if you're able, please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Andy, if you open up that laptop, it should be right set up for you on the agenda and everything. I moved the mouse around a little bit.
We're good?
Thank you, Commissioner Steeler.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
tell you,
I'll add that to my onboarding of, just so that I remember to do that.
you did get a amended agenda in front of you this evening. The main change is that we're going to just handle the one item, which is the landscape, finish up the meeting, we'll adjourn the meeting, and then we will then do the training after we adjourn the meeting. So that's pretty much the basic of it all. So with that, the chair is looking for a motion to approve the agenda as presented or with changes.
So moved.
I got a motion, I have a sec, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second, it's a non-debatable motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. We've come to the part of the meeting where our open forum. We ask if anyone would like to speak to the Planning Commission tonight, please come up, state your name and address for the record, spend a couple minutes giving your thoughts. Once we have heard from everyone, we will close the open forum and we'll move on to our consent agenda. So with that, does anyone wish to speak at the open forum this evening? Abby, is there anything to be read in?
There is not.
Seeing no one come forth, we will close the open forum, then move on to item 7, the consent agenda. We have one item, approve the minutes from the regular meeting of July 9th, 2025. Chair is looking for a motion.
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a motion saying, any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? One abstention.
No. I mean, yes, sorry. I didn't say it loud enough, sorry.
All right, we'll move on to item 8, regular agenda item, we only have one. It's a landscaping regulation for ordinance number 757 and 758. Abby, are you presenting?
Sure hope so.
I'm sorry?
Yes. At the commission's July meeting, you received an ordinance amendment for landscaping, and you held a public hearing on that. There was no public comment, but there was discussion from the planning commission, and you directed staff to amend the ordinance in a few different ways. So bringing back before you are two ordinances with changes as directed by the planning commission, or in a couple cases, not changed, and staff is gonna outline why. So to just highlight those really quick, the first had to do with the perimeter versus area calculation for non-residential developments, anything but single family and two family. At the time, there was quite a bit of consideration over, should we be using the area of the lot, the developed area, the non-developed area? Staff is actually requesting we keep this as perimeter, and the single largest reason is it's easier for staff. I don't mean it in any sort of other way, but we can easily add 4 numbers versus trying to do the area calculation if that area is not provided to city staff on a site plan. The big thing is as we continue to onboard new people, just trying to make these things easier right now in the long run. Again, I do want to point out that when this was brought up last time, the Commissioner Young did point out the change is fairly negligible when we're using a perimeter calculation versus an area calculation. So staff is asking that you consider to keep that perimeter calculation, though non-traditional. It is a lot easier for the city staff to administer at this time. Understory tree calculation, there were 2 measurements in the code, or calculations for that. One was dividing the perimeter by 10 and then dividing it by 15. Staff has chosen to insert it by 10, which does result in more understory trees. However, again, the code does say you can require less, or you could require more if reasonable. So thought that the more, the landscaping that was more, a little more, I want to say restrictive, provided more trees in Forest Lake might be a good start. And again, we can always reevaluate these. I know that's not been our commonplace to reevaluate our ordinances, but again, we can always look at how this is working after a few site plan reviews. Single and two family properties. As a reminder, the code had previously, the ordinance had previously said 4 trees per lot. You asked us to divide that up a little bit more. So now it is at a minimum 2 overstory and 2 understory, and additionally a minimum of 2 trees per lot in the front and side yard. So knowing that we want to have some trees in the front and some in the back, minimum of 2 of them in the front and side yard. There was also a request to reference the American Society of Landscape Architects, but this is in reference to licensed landscape architects. Figured just leaving that just blank licensed, because depending on the state, that licensure comes from the state and not necessarily from the Society of Architects. And then staff did, after spending a little bit more time with this, did notice 2 areas where we felt that we needed to put in additional language. One is an existing practice. If you have a home that that's finalized in December, that we offer temporary certificate of occupancies for those homes until that landscaping is installed in the spring. Just added in some language about that, just to memorialize the practice that we've got going on right now. And then plant materials should be planted in a fashion that will accommodate the plant's maturity. It's peak code enforcement season, and as all of you might imagine, we get quite a number of neighborly complaints and concerns, and a lot of them have to do with my neighbor's tree is overhanging the lot line. Generally, that's a private property owner matter, but what we're encouraging is for any new development that you just think of the maturity of the tree, and hopefully that whole mature tree just stays on your own property, hopefully avoiding future complaints. It's probably not going to, but. So those are things staff is also asking your consideration tonight. So I recommend you review this, discuss this, and then if you're favorable, make a couple motions to recommend the city council approve ordinance 757 and 758. Both of those motions are on page 14 of your packet. Any questions?
Questions for staff?
Yeah.
I have
Don?
a question. On the existing practice of allowing a temporary or occupancy, and then
Yep.
they put in the landscaping later, has that been a problem in the past? I know, like, big commercial developments, they'll make the developer put up a bond, you know, and if they don't get all the landscaping in, they lose that money. And I don't know if the city does something like that, or if.
We do for both residential
Okay,
and
you do.
commercial.
Okay.
So commercial will always be governed by having a site improvement agreement and either a letter of credit, a bond, maybe even a financial deposit. New single-family construction also is required to
Okay.
put down a deposit that covers, it's an escrow deposit that will cover grading, landscaping, all of those things. And yet, we generally don't have a problem with the putting in of the things later on down the road. But we wanted to at least memorialize what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've found that we have practices that are not well vetted in our ordinances or well authorized in our ordinances, and where we can better align our permissions with what we're, I practice is good policy.
Other questions of staff? Abby, I only have one. It has to do with page 16. 2I, two I's. So A and B, you know,
Two I's?
we have the overstory trees and we're gonna allow 3 to 1 and then the other one is 20 to 1. Is that a reasonable number?
So what this does is this is allowing for a plant equivalent. So up to 50% of overstory trees you can use for ornamental trees. And then up to 50% of the ornamental trees could be 20 shrubs. So it's essentially saying, if you want to have less trees, that's fine. We just want more shrubbery and more ornamental trees on the property.
Yeah, you want 3 more instead of a regular tree for the ornamental, and you want
This is
20
for
more shrubs
This is,
for.
yeah, so this is only for, other than one family and two family. So this is gonna be for commercial apartments, commercial buildings.
But am I understanding right that, that the way it's written is that if you want to substitute for an overstory tree, you got to put 3 understory trees in for each tree?
3, for each overstory, 3 ornamental trees,
And then
Yes.
it's 20 shrubs for,
1 ornamental tree.
does that seem like a reasonable number, 20 shrubs to 1?
Depends on the size of the shrub.
Pardon me?
Kind of depends on the size of the shrub, I would say.
All right. I mean, I'm not going to fight it. It just seems like a lot of shrubs.
It does seem like a lot of shrubs, but the one thing I will say is, the way the ordinance is written, you have discretion to ask for more or require less without variances. So I think the idea is, let's put in what our standards are and let's see how this works. We know right now that nobody can achieve our existing landscaping regulations at all. And so this is a start to see if we can get something that's better in line with what properties can achieve. Those are 2 areas, or that's an area though, Chair Gerard, that I think that we just kind of keep an eye on as we implement it.
It'll just be interesting to see if someone comes with 900 shrubs because they want to put a tree in.
Well, and I do think it'll be interesting to see if anybody opts for these equivalents,
Yeah.
right? If we've reduced the overall requirement, is it more in line with a property to where we don't need to have this equivalent planting standards in place?
All right. Other questions of staff?
I have one. On the detached single-family, the lots are getting so incredibly small that there's not necessarily going to be an ability to put in an overstory tree or 2 of them and not have them either beyond the property line or encroach in the house.
Yep, so the requirement is not that they have to meet the maturity standards on their property, but design with respect to it. You are right in that our single-family residential lots, some of our single-family residential lots are getting smaller. I don't think that the 4 trees per lot is excessive. But it could be possible that maturity doesn't allow for that to stay contained on the
But would
property.
staff give
We would
builders?
still be approving these. I think the intent is where we can try to minimize those future conflicts, let's think about them.
Okay.
There's quite a bit in the ordinance that I think is designed to kind of say, hey, property owner, developer, builder, designer, keep these things in mind. Reducing the effects of heat, some of it of plant on the north or the south or the east or the west. I don't remember, to be honest with you, which one we're recommending, but these are all, keep these things in mind as good planting suggestions, not necessarily laws. I think there's a lot of shoulds as opposed to shalls.
Other questions?
Great question, though, Amy.
Hearing none, staff is recommending that we make a motion to the city council, or recommend to the city council to change our ordinance 757, 758. Says they can be due individually or together. I'm going to request for 2 motions, then it's always clear. So with that, the chair is looking for a motion.
I will make a motion to recommend to the city council to approve ordinance number 757, an ordinance repealing and replacing certain sections of city code, chapter 153 pertaining to landscaping regulations.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries unanimously. Chair is looking for a second motion.
Chair, I make a motion to suggest adoption of ordinance 758. This would be an ordinance amending the title X5, Chapter 153, Section 153.074, and the rest pertaining to the landscape regulations as written.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries unanimously. All right, we will move to our discussion and updates are always kind of the same thing, and we'll start with our esteemed liaison, Councilperson Larson.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. We've had some council meetings with some discussions. However, there's not been too much stuff, especially since you folks haven't met for over a month now pertaining to things. So I don't really have anything to pass from the council point of view to you folks as far as that goes. So unless Abby has something to enlighten me with that I might be forgetting or missing.
Not at the moment,
Okay.
no.
But I'd be happy to answer any questions of you folks if you have any.
Questions? How's the budget coming? I might as well ask for Susan.
Okay, Susan. I think we're doing okay. We're kind of pinch hitting a couple of things. I know our public works facility is a big topic of discussion. But we need to work on that and whittle things down a little bit because the price tag, I think, is a little excessive. But I think between the council, Public Works Director Adams and things, I think we'll be working on some stuff. We made a decision to proceed to the site down next to the recycling center. And I think we chose option 2. So we have an area where they could have made a drainage area or a building structure that we can sell to help offset the cost of things too. Plus the sites, the Public Works building that we currently have, and some of our other storage stuff, maybe looking at selling that off to also help offset the cost, but we haven't determined any type of price tag or anything like that for that stuff, so it's a work in progress, as they say.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome Andy. Nice to see you. It's been a little bit of a stretch here. I think we're up to full staff now, so we're looking good on that. One other thing I'd just like to mention is a heartfelt condolence to the Forest Lake Police Department for the loss of their officer, Detective Josh Brown. Today they brought his body back from the medical examiner's office, and we had a procession through town down Broadway up Lake Street to Matson's funeral home, which looked like it was very well received. So heartfelt condolences to the Forest Lake Police Department, his wife and their family at this time. So,
Thank you.
thank you kindly.
Abby, what do you have for us?
Just a couple things. Earlier this week, the city council actually directed staff to include in the preliminary budget increasing our code enforcement officer, Dan Pearson's position, from 13 and a half hours a week to 40 in 2026. The council recognizes, as I've been sharing with them, that there is too much enforcement efforts out there to be operating with a quarter-time employee. I did tell the council that that was going to be the case when I asked them to convert our summer intern dollars to a year-round full-time position or a year-round position. But I think that I thought, and the council agreed, that it was important to have a person here conducting code enforcement year-round. Turns out that when you advertise that you have a code enforcement officer, your enforcement efforts just have to increase because your complaints increase. A lot of them are neighbor complaints that the government isn't here to solve, but we try to help. Certainly a lot of city code violations that are worthy of inspection, and then quite a number of large nuisances, many of them backburnered for a very long time that we're trying to work through very slowly. So I am hopeful that the council will continue to keep that position in at full-time from preliminary to final budget adoption, but wanted to at least let you know that support has been here to help increase our enforcement efforts, and the council recognizes that and would like to increase that. Also, you should have received notice this week that our August 27th meeting is canceled. As I shared with the council, even though the Planning Commission's agendas have been light, we are still very busy in our permitting, and we have a number of developments that are going to be coming through entitlement still this fall. We've received the preliminary plat for Chestnut Creek Phase 2. Some of you might remember that. That's a 10-year-old development that had quite a number of problems in trying to get that second phase off the ground. But we do have a new developer that's come in to try to get that neighborhood finished, which is going to be very big for Forest Lake. We also have started conversations on a couple other residential land developments that would be prepping now for next spring. I think we probably have conversations with about 6 different large parcel developments. So you can expect certainly a busy 2026, but through the fall you'll have consistent meetings. Your next meeting then would be September 10th. Did I say that right? We're in August. September 10th. And at that time, we'll have a new face. Our Assistant Community Development Director, Stephen Gilmore, starts on the 8th, so he'll be here with me that evening.
And so then, Steve, did you say his name was?
Steve. Yep.
So then he'll be here and you'll be out of here again?
No, not right away. You guys have me for a while. It'll take a while to get Steve on board, and then we have posted for our planner position, replacing Ken Roberts, or, that Ken had vacated. It will have, that position closes in 2 weeks. We have a kind of a tight timeline. We obviously cannot open it up, but the hope would be to have somebody in the next couple of months at most. Those 2 people will probably be your primary staff. So yes, in time, I'll kind of maybe have less night meetings a month. But I'll still be here for a while.
Questions for Abby?
Yes, so the meetings switch back to 7 o'clock in September?
No, they will remain at 6 o'clock. And I will say, I do appreciate them at 6, just for the simple fact that I get to tuck my kid in at night. I really do. And come the winter, it'll be nice to maybe not drive in. Who am I kidding? It'll still be
It'll be
pitch
dark.
black.
Yeah. Not sure.
I have one more question. Maybe this is outside of your scope. Do you know if the project on Highway 97 is ahead of schedule?
I don't know. I certainly can check with our engineer, Ryan Goodman, and I can get something out to you to just see where that project is.
There is posted updates online also by it. There's a site that you can just go to and they post stuff regularly.
Okay, thank you.
I can send that file link out.
Any other questions, Abby? All right, Tim?
Has there been any plans for any commercial development, or is it strictly residential that's coming to the city? That was recently.
As of recently, we don't have any new applications for commercial development, but are in discussions with quite a number of different properties about the potential future development. Nothing even at a pre-application level yet. One of the challenges is just, part of it has to do with the road construction. Some of the sites that we're talking about are along Highway 97. Forest Lake Garage condos, that one will be coming forward. You'll be seeing that one in, I believe, September. So there is some non-residential, but I was thinking more retail, so it's a little bit of mix.
Okay.
I like how I started out by saying no, and then I ended with yes.
Andy?
Killing
Anything
it.
on that?
No, I don't have anything to ask.
Don?
Nope.
Jesser?
Nope.
Martin?
I'm good.
I have nothing else to add. So with that, the chair is looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. It's a non-debatable motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all for your service this evening, and we'll resume in a few minutes with training.
All right, thanks. Give me just a minute to get things set up here.
We got all night.
We do.
You started early.